Comrade Mario Mitchell, your counselor, the councillors who are here, newly elected and returning, your MP in waiting, the other MPs who will join me to walk up Duke Street, the comrades, the workers and the warriors of the Mandeville Division, I greet you, one love. Comrades, a week before the local government election, I was in Parliament. And a young lady from across the aisle came over and she said, Julian, come here. She said, I'm going to bet you $1 million. I'm going to take all 4 divisions in Central. I'm going to take 2 from McKeel, and then I'm going to go down the south and turn campaign manager. And a joke thing that happened, a real thing. Real thing. She called me and said she wants a witness to the bet. She bet $1 million. All 4 in a Central, 2 from Northwest, and she'll go down the south for the deal with South. Comrades, from February 26th, every time I see that young lady, all she do is hold her head down. She can't look back. But me not say nothing to her, because I know Donovan I go deal with her. Because it's only one Crawford when be in the Parliament, and then name Damian Crawford. So I leave her to Donovan. Comrades, I know McKeel going hold Northwest. I know Donovan going win in Central. I know PB going win in South because you have a missing person down here. He's such a missing person that the Integrity Commission put out an advertisement in the paper to say, where is this person? They can't find him in the constituency. They can't find him at all. They can't find him nowhere. So I know PB going to deal with him. But I must tell you, I like how Valor go on up an artist. I like how Valor go on up an artist. So comrades, it's 4 from 4 I expect from the parish of Manchester. 4 from 4. Now hear me. I want to give you a little story about focus and distraction. And I want you to hear me well. Real story. So in 2010, I ran a marathon. A marathon is 26 miles, 26.2 miles. It was a Marine Corps marathon in DC. As part of the training for the marathon, you have to run 4 20 miles. So you have to wake up about 2 o'clock in the morning and you run. And sometimes it takes you 3-4 hours. And I learned on those runs. Every time you run, you pass a yard, a dog run out after you and back after you. And you pass the next yard and the next dog run out and back after you. And I learned that if every single time you run past a yard and a dog run out and back after you, and you bend down to pick up a stone and throw after the dog, and next man going past you. So I want to say to the comrades, I don't want us to get distracted. I want us to focus on our race. We not run nobody else's race. We not follow idiot argument. We not follow bad mind and stupidness. We're running our race. Because it's one race we have. And that is a race to make Mark Jefferson Golden the Prime Minister of Jamaica. So I said to my colleagues here, I said to Val, I said to Trisha, and I said to Donovan, focus on your race. Because I want to walk up Duke Street with you to God knows when that time comes. Because the Jamaican people have said, we are ready for change. We are ready for change. But they want to hear what we're going to do differently. Because I tell you the truth, them don't know the green people. Them done with it. Them done with corruption. There's no country, there's no democracy anywhere in the world that you can have a head of government who going 3 years and an integrity report can't clear. Let me repeat that. I said there is no democracy in the world that a head of government could be going 3 years and a 3 because we just put in a report at the end of March. And it can't clear. And he can't say nothing about it. Time comes for change. We can't have a government where corruption and run left, right, and center. When you ask question about who own building what TAG has spent 400 million pounds and it can't occupy, them draft the Data Protection Act and say we can't tell you who own it. Time comes for change, comrades. Comrades, the government likes to boast about how well the economy is doing. The other day they said we are at $5 billion net international reserves. And that's a good thing. Good thing, nothing wrong with that. But what that means for the small farmer who can get a bag of fertilizer? What that means when you go to Mandeville hospital and have to sit down on a chair because of bed on the bed? What that means for the woman in a Spanish town who wait for a JUTC bus and the bus not dead and she have to pay $250 on the coaster? That don't mean nothing. Comrades, time come for us to build an economy where every single Jamaican will benefit and not just a few. So where are we in Jamaica? We're stuck in what I call a low wage, a low growth, and a low tech economic model. And I'm going to explain what I mean, and I'm going to tell you what we're going to do to get out of this crap. Low wage. If we look at the big sectors in the economy, if we look at the sectors that employ the most people, from tourism to BPOs, to construction, and to the public sector, 90 to 95% of those workers are in the low wage sector, meaning them are earn minimum wage or a little above. You have 5 to 10% who are supervisors or managers. But the vast majority of Jamaicans are earning low wages, which is why they live hand to mouth. We're stuck in a low growth model, where in spite of all the great things the government wants to tell you about the economy, this economy is not growing more than 1 to 2% per annum. In COVID we had a big fall and then recover, but now we're at 1 to 2%. 1 to 2% can give us the kind of growth that will lift the majority of Jamaicans out of poverty. Can't do it. And we are in a low tech, and by tech, I mean how do we use technology and how do we apply it so that we can be more productive? Our productivity has been going down, not up. Comrades, that economy can deliver for the majority of the Jamaican people. The first thing you have to do is recognize you have a problem. The Labour Party doesn't. They don't believe they have a problem. Because once big business doing well, they expect the drops will trickle down to the small man. It never works. Trickle down economics don't work anywhere in the world. We have to build an economy where every Jamaican feel part-tight, where every Jamaican will benefit from it. So I'm going to tell you how we're going to do it. And another simple thing, when I come here to talk, pretty talk, and think an easy business. It won't happen in a year. It won't happen necessarily in 1 term. But we have to start the process. Because as a progressive party, we are committed to the upliftment of the majority of the Jamaican people. We can't be happy where some people can benefit, where we see a construction boom, Warehouses are being sold for 40 and 50 million for 2-bedroom or 70. But the vast majority of people can't buy a house. We can't be satisfied when an NHG outsources responsibility to private banks and then pay them the difference between what the NHG rate and the private rate is. We can't be satisfied when young people do everything we tell them to do. Them go to school and pass them subject. Them go to university and pass them subject and do well. And when them come out, them can't afford a house. We can't be satisfied. We are a progressive party. And a progressive party has to ensure that the vast majority of people get an opportunity to better their lives. We can't be satisfied with an NHG that instead of going out across the country, finding land, going to contractors and say, all right, I'm going to put in the water and the sewage, and I'm going to say to you, build a 1 or 2 bedroom at 10 or 15 million, so you can start, and then you can build from that. That is what we need. We need in agriculture, investment in research and development, so that you know which kind of crop to plant, you know when to plant it, you know what kind of seedling to put in there, so you don't waste your time and energy, and you're going to plant something and nothing come out of it. That's what we need. We need investments to ensure we are bringing whole heap of tourists, and we don't have a problem with that. But we need more investments so that the agriculture and the manufacturing sector can benefit more from tourism, so we don't spend $1 billion US importing food into this country. A progressive government will say, we must reduce our import bill by 10% every year. We must provide the funding, the technical support to our farmers so they can supply the food that go into the hotel sector. That is our way of growth. Because tourists will come, and nothing wrong with that. But the reality is that the majority of the money remains in the hands of the owners, and most of that money is abroad. And yes, all the workers will get is them salary and maybe some tips that can lift people out of poverty. So I'm going to tell you how we're going to transform this economy. We have to start with the education. Straight up. We have a system right now, we call it the conveyor belt system. And you know the other day, in our reading day, we're going to some school in my constituency. And it was sobering, serious talk. It was sobering because I realized the difficulties at the basic and the primary level in just understanding, seeing words, and being able to make them out. And if we don't deal with literacy from the basic school level, then every problem continues. So when you send a picnic at 5 or 6 to a primary school and them can't make out them name, what will happen to them? Them go through, them do PEP. And then, remember, you don't feel PEP anymore, everybody pass. But you don't get to the school that you want. And then you go to that school and you spend another 5 years there. And then when you reach 15 or 16, you can't read or write. We are committed to fixing that. And fixing that means we make the investment at the early childhood level. So that when a child at 5 or 6, they can make out the words, they can sound them out, they can read, they can write, so when they go to primary school, they can learn. I'm going to tell you something. This government, you know what the solution is to crime? Them say they want to lock up young people under 18, put in mandatory minimum sentences of 50 years and 30 years for people who are 14, 15 who commit crime. Now we don't cater for the big man, them who want to do what they want to do, them for lock up and throw away the key. But it can't be that the solution to youth crime is all you went to try to lock them up. That can't be. You have to fix the education system. You have to invest more so that you have more guidance counselors in schools. You have to bring character education into your school system. The Ministry of Education sit down for 3 years on a proposal and a committee and not do nothing. You have to invest in social intervention. And when I say it, the government get upset, but I'm going to say it again. You can't outsource it to Keith Duncan and company. And what Keith doing is a good thing. Let me be clear. But the primary responsibility is the government's. It is the government to ensure that those people who fall through the cracks and reach 15 and 16 and are marketable skills, that you have programs in place to deal with them. I saw you solve your crime problem. You can't police it out, you can't soldier it out, you can't put more SOE and state of emergency and I saw you solve crime. You have to build a better society from the base up. That is what we are committed to as a People's National Party. So comrades, you would have heard after all the dramatics, and me not deal with dramatics, just straight up, I just like deal with facts. But other people like deal with dramatics. The economy is not as rosy as people want to make it out. But I don't need to tell you that because you deal with it every day. Because you feel the price increase. Yeah, we know you have official inflation rate, but every time you go to shop, every time you go to market, and every time you go to supermarket, you're paying more. That is our reality. And what we have seen in the last quarter is that the government's revenues have started to fall. And I know nothing we're proud to say, but we've been saying you must have a strategy to grow the economy. Right? You must have a strategy to grow the economy. And I'm waiting to see the end of May. Because the minister said, he tell tax administration to find the money. But I don't know where they're going to find it. Because if the people don't have it, they can't pay their tax. And if the tax revenues fall as they have fallen, there's only one way you can deal with it. You have to start cut programs. It's just a reality. It's not different from your household. If the money now coming, you can't spend it the same way. So let us wait and see come end of May when they collect the money themselves and collect. I doubt it. Because the reality is that businesses have been feeling the pressure too. They can't pass on everything to the consumer, but they know the consumer can't afford it. And the reality is that we have been in a high interest rate environment that has affected those companies. So, how are we going to do it differently? We're going to invest in education from the ground up at the basic school level so that we can build skills so that our young people can leave primary school numerate and literate so that they understand how to embrace technology, because the reality, no matter about the fool you, the advent of artificial intelligence is going to affect jobs in Jamaica, whether we like it or not. And so what we have to do is embrace it and apply it and use it so that we can become more productive, so that we can lift our productivity. We will ensure that we not just have 2 STEM academies, science, technology, engineering, arts and maths, which is what this government wants. We're going to ensure that STEM is in every single school. It is infused in the curriculum, that every single Jamaican child can be exposed to that thinking so that they can become critical thinkers, so that they can solve problems, so that we don't just have to buy the phone them and use that technology. We can use the phone them to build solutions, and we can export those solutions so we can earn foreign exchange. We're going to put STEM in every single school. We're going to look at the sectors that we know can provide growth for the economy. Logistics is untapped. Jamaica, for good or bad, we have a location that is unique. Once you come out of the Panama Canal, you hit Jamaica first. And then we are the next port going up to North America. The bad side is that the drug traffickers see it as an opportunity. But the good side is that we can be a logistics hub for this region, but we just scratch the surface. We have a logistics master plan that this government has not even started to implement, that we can build and create jobs, not just low-tech jobs, but high-quality jobs, so that the people who go to university and earn their degree can work and stay in Jamaica and not just aspire to go across the border to North America. We are committed to building hope for the future. Hope for a future of a better Jamaica. A Jamaica that young people want to stay in. A Jamaica where we bring down crime and violence, not just by investing in SOEs and ZOZOs, but we start with social intervention early. We're committed to dealing with the problem of youth crime. We're committed to dealing with the problem of crime in schools. Before I came here, I know we had a forum looking at that. The reality is that the ministry has a whole set of programs for which there's been no evaluation, for which there's been no assessment to determine whether those programs work. Time comes for change. Time comes for change. So I just want to say to the conference, Jamaica is ready for the People's National Party. For the next, I don't know how long it will before the man fly the gate. But let us start lacing up our boots. We have to make sure the organization is tight. I mean, know about the organization, but waiting 3 times, even when everybody else is becoming deal with the organization. So I said to us as the workers, we have enumeration for them. We're in the phase now, the May voters is soon come out, but we're in the phase up to September 30th for the November voters list. We want to make sure everybody in your house enumerate, everybody in your yard enumerate, everybody in your lane or your district enumerate who inclined to the People's National Party. If you are a canvasser, go up here and spread the message of the PNP. I spoke in the budget debate, the current leader spoke in the budget debate. We have some talking points that you can go here and tell the Jamaican people what it is that we will do differently. Because we have a plan, and let us talk where talk. We have a plan. Your candidates must be out there on the ground every day, because we don't know what will happen. I tell you the truth. We know what we illicit 6. And we don't know when those reports may come. And the reality is that some people that come upon the 6 of them and everything turn upside down. And time comes when we have to go to the polls. So we can't be resting on our laurels. So I'm saying to the comrades in Mandeville, in central Manchester. Central Manchester has been a strong PNP constituency. Bring it back. Make we deliver this parish. Because I've been going around the country and I've been trying to get and count to my 33 plus. And I can see it. I can see my 33 plus. And I know we'll get here because I've sensed the mood of the Jamaican. And we're not here because we want power for ourselves. We're not here covering my goal in no want. It's not an ego about being Prime Minister. We are here because we believe this country requires a transformation which only the People's National Party can do.
You're right.
So workers, warriors of the People's National Party, let's get ready. Let's get ready to deliver victory for Comrade Donovan Mitchell in Central Manchester. You have shown the new care go. You have shown in the Northeast Manchester. We don't know who's going to take over from Manaya. But we don't know who it is but it don't really matter. We're ready for Comrade Valwin, and we deliver Northeast Conception for Comrade Valwin. And we deliver South for Comrade Peter Bunting. Because the missing person is not going to show up. The only time that missing person talking in Parliament is when they read the prayer. Has never said anything else in the Parliament. And comrades, most importantly, by doing so, let us ensure that Comrade Mark Jefferson Bowley becomes the leader of this country and Prime Minister, so we can build a Jamaica for every single Jamaican. What the comrades want that?